What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another PE News video. Today, we've got some amazing topics for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with the biggest or most convincing evidence yet that there could be a Dragon Quest character included in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC or Fighters Pass. So this was a post that I did see, and it has some very interesting connotations to it or implications based on how you see it. Shoutouts to Go Nintendo for rounding up the information here. So let's go ahead and go over everything. So back when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate data miners were shifting through the game's code and they found a mention of a character code names, one of those names was Brave, which had fans speculating that there would be some sort of Dragon Quest related announcement for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now remember to note guys, Nintendo did remove the Brave and the Jack code names from the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate files after all of that news did come out. Now, which brings us up to this photo that you guys are seeing right here. This comes from Shinya Kumazaki, the game supervisor for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He posted up a picture of Kirby with a shield from the Dragon Quest series. As you can see right here in this post, he flat out mentioned Brave's shield. Fans are taking this as a confirmation that there will be indeed a Dragon Quest character added into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I guess would be too easy, right? But let's continue on here. Now, this is somewhat surprising if he did post this, and it's a direct correlation to what Smash Bros. DLC we could be getting. But I do think this, guys, with this whole information that's coming out, and just with Nintendo and Square Enix and how Dragon Quest has always been looked at as somewhat of a Nintendo type of franchise, third-party game out there. There's been exclusive Dragon Quests. We have the Dragon Quest Monsters, the Joker series. There's all sorts of stuff that kind of plays into Nintendo and Square Enix with Dragon Quest. And if you look at the type of impact that it could have, obviously Joker is very big, but Dragon Quest would be even bigger because Dragon Quest is wildly popular in Japan. And overall, just as a series, Dragon Quest is wildly more popular than Persona. Joker's amazing and he's cool and slick and everything, but Dragon Quest in general just is so gangbusters in Japan and is gaining some popularity when it comes to the West as well. Dragon Quest 11, I think, had some of the best sales that they've had in the West with their release. So I do feel that there could be a major Dragon Quest character revealed. A lot of people have talked about Erdrick being that one. He is the protagonist of Dragon Quest 1 through 3, and I think that that is a good pick if they were to go with him. I'm not sure who else they could go with that would make sense, but I would guess that Erdrick would be the one that they went with. I'm not sure if they would get the protagonist from Dragon Quest 11 or whatever the case is, but either way, this is the best evidence that we've seen so far outside of the data mining that Erdrick could be coming. But once again, guys, it could just be a harmless post. A lot of developers in Japan love Dragon Quest. A lot of guys on the Super Smash Bros. Team probably love Dragon Quest too, so it could just be that. But man, it seems like Erdrick or somebody from the Dragon Quest line could be coming into Super Smash Bros. And it makes complete business sense. If I was Nintendo, I would do it in a heartbeat considering how popular Dragon Quest is. So what do you guys think about this new picture posted? Do you think that this means that we could be getting some Dragon Quest character DLC and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next topic here, there was an article or there were stories coming out that Piranha Plant was corrupting people's save files if they played the All-Star mode in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Nintendo got wind of this, and they've been recently testing out everything that's going on, and based on their test, they're saying that they're not able to find anything that's wrong or what the issue is with Piranha Plant. So let's go ahead and get right into what Nintendo had to say. Quote, "We are aware that some users are posting about possible issues with the latest Super Smash Bros. Ultimate update. After extensive testing, Nintendo has not been able to confirm that there is an issue, although we will continue to investigate and monitor the situation." So this has become very, very weird because usually if there's an issue, Nintendo will acknowledge that issue and say, hey, we're working on it. This is what we found so far. This is what our testers are doing. We'll have a patch out. And especially with Super Smash Bros., they've been very quick with certain things, the Isabelle glitch and other stuff as well. And just in games in general, Nintendo's usually pretty good with that. And for them to come out and say, hey, we've been testing extensively and we haven't found anything, a game as popular as Super Smash Bros. Obviously, you don't want people's save files corrupting. Nintendo knows that. The game is selling like crazy. Piranha Plant is obviously out there for people to buy. They want to make sure that people's save files just aren't corrupted and everything. So for them to say that they haven't been able to find anything makes me think, like, was there some issues with whoever people were reporting this? Was there hacked consoles or hacked games that maybe caused something? I'm not really sure. Was there something wrong with a certain combination of your Switch and what software that you have? I have no idea how it works out that way, or maybe they updated it in a certain way. I don't really know, but just be careful, guys, if you're playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you have the Piranha Plant now that he's out fully for everyone to get, if you haven't, you might want to still just shy away from playing the All-Star mode just for right now, just until we figure out exactly and Nintendo can get to the complete bottom of this. But for right now, it seems like there's nothing wrong that Nintendo can find. So what do you guys think about this? Was your save file corrupted when you played All-Star mode? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, we have a surprising announcement from the Konami camp, because yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of Duelist Link Evolution has been officially announced for the Nintendo Switch. Now, the competitive card game will allow players to duel against characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series and other players nationwide with the new Master Rules, which are the latest rules of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Official card game. Now, more information will be announced in the April 29 issue of V-Jump, which is due out on February 21st, so you guys can stay tuned for that. And this kind of caught me a little bit by surprise, because I remember I was having a live discussion on PE Live that we usually do here, and one of the users asked, like, hey, OJ, do you think that there could be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game? And I was like, I'm not so sure about that. You know, it's Konami, but we're going to have to wait and see on that. I never have any faith in Konami to really do anything outside of maybe like one game every like 2 years or something like that. And Konami's coming through with at least something here. We all want Metal Gear, we all want Castlevania, we all want games, but at least they're doing this. But I don't think this is good enough when it comes to their output. But hey, for Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans, this is actually huge news. I was talking on PE Live today, and I was like, how many of you guys are Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans? And surprisingly, a number of people were very excited that Yu-Gi-Oh! is coming to the Switch. They do love the show, they love the card game, they play it themselves, so more power to them, man. If Yu-Gi-Oh! is out there and the game is going to be good and it's coming to the Switch, then definitely check it out when it does launch. Hopefully we get an announcement of a release date for the West. I would think that Konami, it's a card game, they probably want to get it out in English and everything, and there's already been Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games that have been translated already, right? I guess there's like one on the PlayStation 4 or PC or whatever the case is, so I don't really think that they're going to be opposed to just localizing the game if they're going to have the game in the first place on the Nintendo Switch. Switch is extremely popular here in the US. Yu-Gi-Oh! is extremely popular here in the US, so it makes sense for them to localize it. So what do you guys think about Yu-Gi-Oh! coming over to Nintendo Switch? Are you guys excited about this one here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, it looks like Granblue Fantasy Relink development has been completely moved to CyGames. Platinum Games is no longer involved. So, Granblue Fantasy Relink, the PlayStation 4 action RPG based on the popular Japanese mobile game, has been a co-development effort between CyGames and Platinum Games up until this point. But going forward, CyGames will handle the entirety of the development internally, the companies have announced. Now, the official Granblue Fantasy Relink website, which previously featured both CyGames and Platinum Games logo in the footer, now only features the CyGames logo. There was statements that was released by Platinum Games and also by CyGames, and I understand that both of them are being diplomatic about this and everything, so it doesn't seem like there's any type of issues on the surface. But if you look at things and if you kind of look at how delayed this game has been, because you have to remember this game was announced back in 2017, and then it was supposed to come out in 2018, and now it's supposed to come out in 2019, but they don't even have a release date for 2019, like anywhere in there. It seems like there was some issues with the development of the game, and it seems like CyGames was just like, you know what, we're just going to take this back completely. Maybe there was some friction there, maybe there wasn't, maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into it, but to see development yanked from Platinum Games with this before the game is done, and the game isn't being canceled, like let's say a Scalebound, is very interesting. It's very interesting, and I don't know what to make of it, but it's that, right? So we're just gonna have to wait and see how the game turns out. From what I've seen, the game looks absolutely amazing, so I'm excited to play the game, but who knows when it's going to come out, who knows when it's going to be localized. I mean, this could delay things even further. I'm not really sure what's going on with this game. So what do you guys think about Platinum Games being pulled off the development and CyGames handle it 100% internally? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, God Eater 3 versions 1.20 to 1.40 update schedules have been announced. So Bandai Namco has announced the updated schedule for God Eater 3 versions 1.20 to 1.40 during the God Eater series 9th anniversary official broadcast recently. Now you guys can check out all the different stuff that's going to be added in early spring, so the West will be getting this as well. Class certification missions will be added in. Also, the systems, the addition of skin color change as well, plus addition of password setting features. You have better character customization, origami, action, and more. So there's just a ton of different stuff that they're adding in. Also, additional story missions will be added in with the version 1.30 that is in between the 1.20 and 1.40. You'll be able to have additional companion NPCs and a lot more, plus a time attack mission will be added in as well in version 1.40. We talked about this game, God Eater 3, potentially coming to the Nintendo Switch based off of what Bandai Namco has said, because a lot of users have been saying, hey, we would like God Eater on the go, like we played it for years on the PS Vita and everything. So I think that God Eater, eventually this game here, because it's Unreal Engine 4, will come over to the Switch as well, and we'll be able to take advantage of all this stuff too. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I do think that it will happen. But these updates seem cool, and it's going to be all free content that they're adding into God Eater in order to make it a better game. I've always talked about God Eater as one of those games that it's like a Monster Hunter style game, but a lot more Japanese RPG in it. For me, I'm looking forward to the release. I'm probably going to pick up the PlayStation 4 version when it does launch, and I'll get the Switch version when that launches eventually. There's no confirmation right now, but I do think, based on what Bandai Namco has been saying, that it is going to come. They just got done porting over Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, or that's being ported over. That's coming out summer, so I do feel that it's going to be maybe a late 2019 release for God Eater 3 on the Switch. Oh, and there's also Hollow Realization that's coming out very soon here too in the spring. So yeah, there's going to be more support when it comes to these hardcore Japanese RPGs from Bandai Namco on the Nintendo Switch, but these updates do look good for God Eater in general, which is coming to PC and also PS4 in the West here pretty soon. So what do you guys think about all the different topics here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. You got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let us know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.